Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation for today, Gauri Mahalla Panjama, Pehme Rachio Sabh Sansara, Tis pau nahi jis naam adhara, pau na vyapੈ teri sarana, jo tud pavੈ soi karna rahao. सोग हरग मह आवण जाना, तिन मुख पाया जो प्रभ पाणा। सोग हरग मह आवण जाना, तिन सुख पाया जो प्रभ पाणा। अगन सागर महाव्यापै माया, से शीतल जिन सतगुर पाया। राख लय प्रभ राखण हारा, कहो नानक क्या जंत विचारा। राख लहे प्रभ राखण हारा, कहो नानक क्या जंत विचारा. In this passage, we find two viewpoints that are being contrasted. On the one hand, there is the worldly view or the ego haume view of reality, which sees the world as a solid material world subject to corruption by time. And this view is shot through and through with desire and delusion, which is the source of our existential dread. And then there is the Gurmat view, Nam, which sees the world through the prism of self-knowledge and is guided by a higher superior wisdom, which leads to a more harmonious life. So let's review line by line how this contrast is being played out. It begins with Bhai meh Rachio Sabh Sansara, Tis pau nahi jis naam adhara. So sansara, which means that which goes around. That is one viewpoint. That is the worldly view. Bhai meh Rachio. Rachio means to be created, to be structured in such a way. So the Guru is saying that that view is structured in such a way that it is gripped by existential fear. Bhai meh. But tis pau nahi. Tis pau nahi. But they who jis naam adhara, they look at the same world differently in a manner that is fear-scattering. So the translation that has been made is, the world is gripped by existential fear, but those who are sustained by the fear-scattering self-knowledge do not panic, do not feel threatened. And then again, pau na vyapੈ teri sarana, jo tud pavੈ soi karna. This is the rahau, where we have to pause on the central message. The translation is, in your refuge, fear is not felt. So you see, being in your refuge is the same thing as viewing the world through the lens of Nam. And once you view the world through the lens of Nam, you are in harmony with Nam. And you understand that the self is the cause of everything. And you transcend time. Sog harag meh avan jana, tin sukh paya jo prabh pana. Again, sog harag. Harak. Despair and hope bind us to the cycle of time. Meh avan jana. We know that because we are either looking to the past or to expectations of the future. But the Guru says, Tin sukh paya jo prabh pana. Happiness is theirs who are attuned to the transcendent prabh, the prabh that transcends time. And Agan Sagar Mahavyapya Maya So Sital Jin Satgur Paya, another example. Agan Sagar. We've often talked about worldly existence being a raging fire, the fire of desire, which pervades this false reality that we call Maya. That fire is cooled, say Sitalajin Satguru Paya, when the wisdom of the enlightener is found. So the same thing is being narrated in many different ways. And ultimately, Rakh le Prabh Rakhanhara, Kaho Nanak kya janta vichara. The protector Prabh self keeps us from the ravages of desire. Says Nanak, what can this creature, meaning us, do or say? So what we are seeing here is that the worldly view of things tends to see things in a discrete way. It only looks at one side of the picture. Harak, it wants pleasure, but it doesn't realize that so goes hand in hand with it. But it only wants one piece of the equation. Naam, on the other hand, sees everything tied together. It understands that where there is harak, there will be sog. So therefore, the Guru Book will rise above attachment to either. That essentially is the point that is being made here. You have this vision that is whole, oneness, that seemingly opposite things are actually connected. And so from here comes acceptance of the way things are, good or bad, because you know that behind all of this is the Akal Purkh working, his hand. On that note, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.